Georgie, I want to ask you about what happened after Harry passed in 2011. It was October, I think, 2011. Yes. What was the impact on you as a family? Because you had that really intense period, getting even more intense, right up to the end, where your routines really, you tried to hold on to them, but let's be honest, they were significantly affected by the illness. And then suddenly things have changed again. How do you manage then as a family?
Straight away after Harry passed away, for us, it was then, right, what's next, which was Harry's funeral. And that was the focus. And to me, I knew that, I think we were all a little bit shocked, couldn't understand it, even though he died in my arms and I knew he'd died, I could still see him, I could still touch him, I could still love him, talk to him. And I knew for me it would be the day that we had his funeral that however I would react, I would react. I didn't know. But I still felt like I got Harry. Dead or alive, he was still here. And then we started all the funeral planning and obviously wanted to give Harry the best send-off that we could. He deserved it, he'd done so much in the last 2 years of his life for other people. And it was actually only when Harry died that a lot of people stepped forward and said, he did so much and Harry was amazing and And I thought, Harry had absolutely no idea of the impact that he's had on other people because of who he'd helped and what he was trying to achieve.
Yes.
So we decided to have a funeral for Harry that was, the first ceremony was public, so anybody that thought anything of Harry or was inspired by Harry could attend. Followed straight on to a very private family.
A small one,
service. And we were just, I think, that focused because, again, that gave us a purpose to get up every day and to get this done. Yes. And this day was about Harry and, and in it I did a reading, my daughter did a reading, and a lot of people said, we don't know how you got through it as a family, but for me, I'll always say as a mum, the day was about Harry, it wasn't about me. It wasn't about my feelings, it was about my son and my best friend. That the day just had to be the best that we could achieve for him, and that's all I kept thinking in my head. This is about him. It's not about how you feel and what you've lost. And but I knew, and I did. Afterwards, obviously, we had a wake after. But boy, was I dreading going home because that was the first time. Although Harry had been at, Acorns Hospice in a special bedroom, he'd not been at home. We were there as often as we could, and we were busy with the funeral arrangements. And it was almost like, you get home and it's like he's upstairs in bed. Yeah. But we knew it was going to be different. So I stayed at that wake as long as I could, and I drank as much as I could. And in the end, my husband and the kids, we sort of had to drag each other and go home. Yeah,
because that's when you really notice the gap.
Yeah.
And it's for all of you really as well.
Yeah. And it had been a whirlwind, we'd been away. I'd been away from home for 4 months, and we'd just not. I think we were just all out of everything by that point, and we just didn't want to go out, didn't want to do anything. And Harry's funeral was just before the half-term holidays. The kids had got some time and they were trying to get normality. My son was still going out with his friends and I wanted them to do that, And people grieve in different ways, and I still say, I think 2.5 years on, I don't think because of the response from Harry's passing that we've had, which I'm thankful for because it's given me a purpose every day. I don't think we've had that chance to grieve for Harry, It's probably, as a mum or a dad should. It's been a whirlwind, it's been a roller coaster, it's been very, very busy, and we've thrown everything into it because of the hurt, because of the anger, because of the impact of the journey on our lives, routine, lifestyle, finances, how family members are affected by it, and it's the little things that hurt you the most, you know. I think we've all, and speaking for my husband, you know, we've separated 12 months after Harry passed away. My family, you know, I've got a beautiful photo of the 5 of us about a week before Harry went into hospital. And the genuine happy smiles that we've all got then. You know, and when I think of the 5 of us now, and it will always be the 5 of us, there's just a split. You know, my daughter lives with me, my older son lives with his dad. And we're still I'm very close with both of the children and still speak to the dad, but dads are as important as mums. My son's 17 and he said, well, Mum, if Danny's with you, I'm going to stay with Dad, and quite rightly so, but it's, you know, it's impacted on absolutely everything. And, you know, I carry on with the Harry's work, and I think because people locally see my face a lot, they think that that's resulted in lifestyle and things change, but cancer will have an impact on me till the day that I die, and the rest of our family. You know, my kids had their childhood ripped away because all they remember is cancer, and I just hope that if there is a God, that he will now, not in terms of materialistic things, but in terms of health, and I just hope they smile lots as adults. He owes me that at least.